The golden ratio, also called the golden spiral, is a mathematical pattern found all throughout nature. It's God's signature on His creation. We see this divine pattern in shells, pine cones, plants, animals, hurricanes, the human body, DNA, spiraling galaxies, and even the Bible. And even though some spirals in nature are not exactly in golden ratio proportions, they are still spirals and have the spiral pattern. The golden ratio number is 1.618. Dividing an object by 1.618 will give you its golden ratio proportions. If a man's arm measures 19 inches, from the elbow to the tip of the finger, divide 19 by 1.618 and you get 11. The arm divides at the wrist at the 11-inch mark. This is because the arm is in golden ratio proportions. The height of the body also divides into golden ratio proportions at the navel. For example, a man 72 inches tall. 72 divided by 1.618 is equal to 44. His navel will be around the 44-inch mark. This divine proportion is also in the Bible. There are 66 books in the Bible. Divide 66 by 1.618 and you get 40. The 40th book of the Bible is Matthew. The book of Matthew is exactly where the New Testament divides from the Old Testament. The Bible is divine because it's in sync with nature and the universe. The Old and New Testament are in golden ratio proportions according to the golden ratio measuring gauge. The forearm represents the Old Testament, which is the strong arm of the law. The hand represents the New Testament. Jesus sat down at the right hand of God. Jesus enters the Bible in the New Testament. The Bible divides at the belly button. The belly button represents birth. Jesus was birthed where the Bible divides, the book of Matthew, which is the 40th book. Even the cross itself is in golden ratio proportions. Let's follow the golden ratio into the New Testament and see where it takes us. There are 27 books in the New Testament. 27 divided by 1.618 is equal to 16. The 16th book in the New Testament is 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy has 83 verses. Rightly dividing 83 by 1.618 will give you 51. Go to the 83rd verse and count backwards 51 verses. You will land on 2 Timothy 2 verse 15, which reads, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." God's signature in nature that divides things into perfect proportions is also in His word and literally lands on the verse that tells us to rightly divide. His golden ratio is seen most prominent in the division of the Old and New Testament, where the Bible rightly divides. When I gave my life to Jesus Christ, I asked God to show me the golden ratio in the Bible. I figured if it's everywhere in nature, it must be in the Bible. He led me to the table of contents and showed me the division of the Old and New Testament. To my amazement, the golden ratio was in my face the whole time. The Bible is absolutely divine, and I thank God for this awesome revelation.